Hello everyone. Thank you for coming. Peanut, here's Peanut. He's sitting on my lap. He sits on my lap during our things. Peanut and I welcome you. We're so glad you came to Mary's Little House by way of YouTube. Today I want to talk about something very special that happens every week. We got an invitation every week to come to a marriage banquet, to the banquet of the Lamb, the marriage banquet of the Eucharist. It's a renewal of our covenant begun way back in our baptism. And it renews our relationship with the Lord. And Mother Church invites us, even obligates us, because she knows we need it. We need to be renewed in our covenant. Just like marriage, we always, the couples always have to renew their marriage. Take time out with each other, take each other on a date, and show that love, because that is so important. Well, our relationship with our divine bridegroom, we need this weekly celebration of the renewal of our covenant, of our union with Jesus. And Mother Church knows what we need, invites and calls us to the Eucharist on Sunday. Also, she calls us, like in the Old Testament, to rest from all unnecessary labor. Now, she's not like the Pharisees in today's gospel that we read when the apostles or the disciples were pulling off the grain from the wheat, and they were eating it, and the apostles said, not the scribes and Pharisees, the Pharisees said, "What are you doing? This is not permitted on the Sabbath." And Jesus sort of set them straight. He's had trouble with them before. He cured a woman with a withered hand on the Sabbath, and he got caught it for that. He cast out a devil on the Sabbath. He caught it for that. That the Sabbath isn't something inhuman or something. It's a time of gracious invitation to the Eucharist, to the meal, to a covenant, to a wedding banquet. It's a time of hanging out, of being with our families, and But there's necessary things. Got to do the dishes and stuff like that. We're not like that. The Pharisees, they really had it all wrong. And Jesus straightened them out today. You remember what he said. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. The Sabbath was to serve man, not men serving the Sabbath. No. And this is why the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. And now he lets his bride, the Holy Church, invite us and obligate us even seriously to come for the Eucharist and and have a day of rest. I am so happy when I look forward to Sunday. On Saturday I try to clean up the house a little bit, so it'll be nice for Sunday. I shine my shoes if they need it. They usually do. I get ready to think about what I'm going to wear, what tie or whatever. I want to be all ready. I take a bath in the morning, really special, to be all spiffy and shave and all that. And I know you probably do the same. I see sometimes, I got the impression that some of us are screeching into Mass and peeling out off the parking lot after Mass. And I said, oh my God, they might have a roast in the oven or something. You can't judge anybody. If people leave early, don't. That's between God and them, and love them. They probably have some sick person at home. Don't even go there. Just love them. Hello, how are you doing? God bless you. Happy Sunday. Our Holy Father, our president, one of the first, I think it was his first time out of Rome when he became Pope. Benedict XVI, he went to Bari. It's a beautiful town on the sea, on the Adriatic Sea, and that's on the other side of the boot there, up on north. Anyway, he preached about the Sabbath. I think he saw that this is so important and he talked about the martyrs. There were, I forgot where they were. I think in northern Africa, but anyway, they were called in. As you know, in the early history of the church, the Roman Empire forbade going to the Eucharist or to be a Christian. So anyway, when they were brought before the magistrate, this group of Christians said, "We cannot live without our Sunday." By the way, because they knew this is the Eucharist. They knew they needed it, and well, they could not live without the Eucharist. And the emperor, the magistrate, condemned them to death. Now they're living eternally in heaven. But the point is, the Eucharist, the Sunday observance, is so important that people are ready to give their lives to observe it. Even today, while I'm speaking, there are people risking their lives, their livelihood, their social standing, in some countries which does not have religious freedom, to go to the Eucharist. And sometimes I think we get a little bit laxed or something here, sort of, like I say, rushing in and rushing out, and maybe it's a football game. I'm all for football, and it's really nice to watch a good football game, but the Mass should be the paramount or the most important thing. And also too, I see sometimes people shopping. Now sometimes you need to shop. That's fine. And again, don't even go there when you see somebody with a big basket of stuff and what are they doing shopping. And no, we can't judge anyone. They probably couldn't do it all week, and they're working the 2 jobs. And no, oh thank God. Isn't it wonderful we don't have to judge anybody? That Jesus is the judge of the living and the dead. That all we are called to do is love them and see the best in them. It's none of our business, and it gives great peace of mind. When we're learning prayer, we learn never to compare ourselves with the other people. St. John of the Cross, to the novice, he says, "Live in this religious house as if you were the only one." He was meaning, stay in your own lane. Don't even go and judge someone else, how they're living their life or doing the rule right or wrong. You to stay in your lane, and it frees us so much, and it frees us from all that turmoil that causes when we compare ourselves to someone else when we don't even know. That's what we call rash judgment. That it's not even fair. Rash judgment is when you don't have the evidence, and we don't. Oh, I'm so glad to talk to you about the Sabbath, about the new Sabbath, which is Sunday. Sunday is, every Sunday's a little Easter. Easter was so big that Easter Sunday wasn't enough. Every Sunday is considered a little Easter. And that's why we changed it from the Saturday to Sunday, the Christians did. So I'm so happy to be able to be with you and to encourage you to make your Sabbath special. You women, I know you do. Mom made it special. She had a tablecloth in the dining room, a roast in the oven. We wear our white shirts, with our ties off, and it's sort of leisurely and talking sports. And my uncle's coming over, and it was so special. I just loved it. Loved that day. The kids out there playing, and some didn't change their Sunday stuff. Like Mom had to get to, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful, and you can make it wonderful. You have to work at it because our culture doesn't lend itself to this kind of freedom to worship, to go to Eucharist, and to say hello to the parish, the other people, to renew because we live in a faith community. We're not saved by just being little atoms unconnected there. We're saved by being part of the church, and we need one another. We grow in holiness with one another. We can't do it all alone. We're social beings, and so we need that encouragement and that good morning, happy Sunday. Oh, the Holy Father, as his Angelus says on Sunday afternoon, He says Happy Sunday too. I hope you start saying Happy Sunday, and I hope you make Sunday happy for your family and for yourself.